Hi guys, welcome back to another Facial Fuzz Friday on the Facial Fuzz. My name is Adam. It is week 11 now on Minoxidil. For those of you that may not know, I'm applying Minoxidil to my face in the hopes of growing a beard. All the links to my previous weeks are in the description, so do feel free to check those out if you want to kind of go back and look from where I started from. So without further ado, let's kind of get into this week's update, I guess. Monday, I decided to dye my beard using Just for Men. You'll see from that video that it has already faded somewhat, although I do think that's partially due to the fact that some of my skin was dyed in the process of dyeing it. It does look better in person, to be honest with you. My camera isn't the best. Also this week I decided to resign from my volunteering. What that means is that I'll no longer be shaving. I may still be trimming. I haven't trimmed or shaved, obviously. This is around about 3 weeks growth now. What I'm going to do, because as I said, you can kind of see with the dye, it is a lot better, but it is still not kind of perfect in order to really see it. I'm still going to use the flash. So I'm going to switch around the camera now and show you my results for this week. Okay guys, let's go through this week's results. This is my right side. As you can see, all of the vellus in here, you can see them a lot better now that they're dyed. See, I've kind of actually got full coverage. The problem is they're all vellus and they're not maturing very quickly. I guess to a lot of people, I've got quite slow results. Some people have had much quicker results than me, but I'm just trying to remain patient at the moment. Under the lip, starting to get a bit better, starting to get a bit kind of wider across the bottom of that lip. There's no real vellus kind of coming through in this area here. That may be genetics, maybe they'll never come through, maybe they'll come through a lot later in the journey. This is starting to grow up towards now, which is good. My left side, which I sometimes think is my stronger side, I kind of get caught between the two, trying to figure out which one. As you can see, this dye has taken a lot better on this side. I think it's because the vellus is slightly longer, a bit better coverage. Looking at the stash, it is starting to thicken up quite a bit. A lot less gaps in it. There's still this gap in the middle. I can see vellus coming in there. I think that they're going to start to lengthen up very, very soon. I'd say the stash is probably the area that's one of the most improved areas. Odie, as I said before, did have some of these connectors, although it has started to fill in a bit better in the chin in the middle. And underneath, it's full of hair now. Not as thick as around here, but it's getting there. So guys, that was week 11's results. One thing I haven't really done for quite a while now is derma I do need to get back into doing that. I've been quite lazy with doing that, so I am going to try and do that again this weekend. I currently only do it once a week. Another thing, I only apply once a day. Those of you who watch my videos before, you'll hear me talk quite often about how I apply once a day. I think I'm going to start applying twice a day, to be honest with you. I think that although it's not going to massively make a huge difference, I think it may speed the progress slightly. They do recommend 2 times a day anyway, so I'm just going to kind of give it a go. In terms of side effects, dryness is back with a vengeance. I have been moisturising. The Minox isn't even affecting the dryness on my scalp, which isn't very good. I'm also getting a lot of hairs growing up around here. I've been plucking them. I bought a new kind of tweezers. I actually have a light on it as well, so you can see the hairs a lot better. So I've kind of cleared those up, and I have trimmed up around here quite a bit. It's obviously one area which I don't really want to be growing hair on. That being said, it most likely won't go terminal, most likely will fall out. Overall, pleased with the results so far. I think we're going to get there eventually. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. I think that, this is probably going to be a year job in reality. But yeah, I think even with the dye, it helped a little bit. So as always, guys, links are in the description. Thanks very much for tuning in this week. If you do want to keep up to date with the journey, then do feel free to subscribe. Obviously, if you're a viewer that's already subscribed, thanks for coming back and watching this video. Do feel free to share with your friends, and I'd really appreciate it if you like this video as well. Thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers.